we're here today in part because of your partners with Big Brother, Big Sister. They have the Big Draft campaign. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, Big Brothers, Big Sisters partnering with the NFL in order to try to get 10,000 new, bigs to get into the organization. Right now there's 30,000 kids on the wait list right now, majority of them being boys who don't have a mentor at the moment. So right now, we're trying to get the word out, trying to get people to sign up. You can go to bebignow.org and sign up and try to get involved.
Now, the New Orleans chapter of Big Brother, Big Sister actually just opened back last week. Yep. How do you plan to be involved with that locally?
Yeah, so it just opened up again after Katrina, so it's awesome to have it back in the city. Whatever I'm able to do, I would love to be involved and do anything I can to help the organization. So, I'm here for them and happy to help in any way.
Now, this was your sophomore year with the Saints. You had 7.5 sacks. You led the Saints in sacks, as well as I believe you were tied for 6th in the NFL among all defensive tackles and sacks. For you, was this the leap that you were looking to make in your sophomore campaign? And what do you feel like was the most key part in kind of going to that next level?
Yeah, I mean, man, I obviously think there's a lot more room for me to grow. I think we haven't touched the tip of the iceberg yet, but obviously it was a good jump from year 1 to year 2. I think a lot of that just comes with experience in playing, man. I think it's a big jump from college to the NFL, and just having a year under my belt, and not only just playing in the games, but just off the field, film study, watching the older guys do it. I think a lot of that has just kind of helped me progress in my career.
If there's a checklist that you have, right, what's the next accomplishment or feat that you kind of want to cross off on that list as you go forward?
Man, I want to win. I want to win a Super Bowl. I mean, and that's that's the way down. That's at the end of the season. But man, that's a dream of mine, and all my teammates, I'm sure, man, that'd be amazing.
Now, I'm sure you, like every fan, has been following the head coaching search for your team, right? I'm not asking you to make a prediction or give me any insight, but just maybe what have been your thoughts as far as following around? And secondly, when it comes to your next head coach, what are maybe the traits that you would be looking for someone to lead this group?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough question, coming, from the player down low, but I think, there's a lot of faith in the upper level from the Saints, and I'm sure they're gonna make the right decision. I think just as a player, you just want somebody who's going to come in and have energy every day. You want somebody who's going to come in and be a leader of men. I mean, that's really what it is. Somebody who can control a room and obviously help us win games.
I'm sure you've run into fans in the convention center. You see them around town, and the New Orleans fans are not shy about telling you their opinions. I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
If you were talking to a fan and they were asking you, hey, why should we believe in the future of the Saints? What would you tell them?
I feel like, last season people probably saw it, in the early games when we were healthy, things were clicking. Man, we were a force to be reckoned with. So, man, I just would try to keep everyone just to not lose hope and get ready for this next year. We're here working, we're ready for it, and just excited.
The Saints had the unique opportunity, I guess, to play both the Chiefs and the Eagles this season. From facing them, what maybe makes each team elite, each team tough? And then I need a prediction. Who do you think is going to win Sunday in Super Bowl 59?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a D lineman, obviously, so you look at both O-lines, man, they're both really good. I think they're probably good at different things. The Eagles O-line is a really big O-line, a power gap scheme O-line who can move people. And just they're both well-rounded units. You look at the Chiefs; they might be more of a zone scheme team, but man, you just don't see a weak spot on that O-line on either team. So it's tough for me. I really couldn't confidently give you a prediction on one team or the other. I really think it could be a coin toss. Like it's going to be a really good game, I think.
What do you feel like is the biggest key then, as far as whoever comes out on top on Sunday?
The trenches always. That's what's always instilled in us. That's what I would tell you. I think it's whoever can run the ball and make things happen.
That's Bryan Bresee, second-year Saints defensive tackle. Bryan, thanks so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.